right. Day 2, next day, whatever it is, for getting this thing painted. Here you go, sunlight's a little better, or lighting's a little better from this angle. All black, all cleaned up, all, you know, roughed in. Looks like it looks pretty darn sharp. So I'm excited. Paint-wise, all the backside I think I'm just going to try to leave black. Some overspray, not really going to kill me. But I think I am going to leave just the grill black. So I'm going to mask that off, which should be pretty super simple. So it's just going to be along this edge. Mask it off, and then I think I'm just going to go like a dark... Actually, I think I've got some paint left over from when I did my grill on my 68, my General Mayhem. So I think I got the actual color for this. And I debated painting this edge, or, you know, taping it off, making this edge silver. I think that's going to be just too much. I'm kind of going for more of a, you know, kind of simple look on this. So I think just mask this off, leave it black. Everything else can be, you know, that dark gray, and then just leave all kind of the rest of it black. And I just want to see how that looks. So get it masked up and painted, I guess. Excellent. Got 3 good coats on there. Kind of rounded over the edge. The rest of it's still black. Some overspray, not a big deal, but let's unmask this. This is one of my favorite moments, is unmasking something and revealing the beauty that you've done underneath. So the paint might still be a little wet still. Fortunately, this aerosol stuff dries pretty quick. If you're wondering what color this is, I've painted quite a bit of stuff this color. This is kind of one of my favorite accent colors. This is engine paint from Duplicolor. It's the cast iron color. It's the 500 degree paint, because they also make the header paint, which they do in a cast iron as well, and it's a slightly different color. It's more of a flat, where this stuff has a little bit of a shine to it without being completely glossy. So yeah, I think it's one of my favorite colors. So yeah, cast iron, which is, it seems like a silly color, but I love how it looks. And this stuff has a little bit of like metallic in it. Wow. Well, darn, that looks pretty good, doesn't it? So let this dry for a little bit more here, because I've been putting my car together, just mocking it up on the body out here. Boy, that looks really good. Here, let me turn this up, see if this... Yeah! Look at that. That flat black had a couple little spots peel up, but you know what? I'm probably not going to worry about it. I think it just goes... I mean, this thing's going to get beat up anyways. Rocks and stuff, whatnot, but this looks good. I'm actually quite happy with this. I love the look, because, you know, at a distance here, this looks, you know, near perfect. And one of those, like, you know, 10-footer things, I guess. But yeah, you get up on it, and then it shows you can see all the welds and kind of grind spots, and then, you know, looking at it close up in person, you realize this thing's handmade, which is actually pretty cool. So, yeah, let that dry for a little bit more here, because getting this thing mocked up, I need to move my General Mayhem so I can see it, or, you know, see this a little bit better. But yeah, got fender up, radiator support held up with the jack right now, and yeah, got the headlight support in, I guess. It's sort of where it needs to go. Adjust things here. Let's see. Boy, that's a little bent and off. That's all right. We'll stretch that back. Oh, there you go. That fits where it needs to. Hey, that's better. Anyways, we're close enough to get some pictures, I think. So yeah, get the hood on here. I would really like to paint that hood too. I'm thinking black. Black hood, kind of Mopar style, with this greenish, bluish, turquoise, whatever this color is that I chose. Yeah, I think that's gonna look pretty good. Get this mocked up and let's take a look at it. Well, I got busy yesterday. I ended up doing a whole bunch of stuff, and I kind of forgot to do a follow-up on the grill here. So I took a whole bunch of pictures of it, which was awesome, but ended up, I skipped the video here. So we are the next day here. We got some rain and weather, but still have just everything mocked up here. Things are just literally baling wired on, just so we can get a look at it. But get a glance here. I don't know how well the lighting is, but I think you can see that. Yeah, maybe. So yeah, everything is just, like I said, baling wired in place, but it looks pretty good. And then of course I got General Mayhem sitting here. Went ahead and left the headlights open, because that's kind of the look I'm going for. That is that, and or that is that. So, but both those together, kind of next to each other, they look pretty cool. And it's pretty funny. I didn't do this on purpose at all, but it looks like the hoods of these cars should be switched. Looks like the blue hood should be on, you know, the race car, and the race car's hood should be on General Mayhem. It's almost what it looks like, but didn't do that on purpose, because I have been painting this car. Of course, both my fenders were in bare metal, so I painted those. The door's just primered. This hood is in absolutely terrible shape. If this was for a, you know, like restoration car, this thing would be trashed. I don't know that you could, you know, actually I can't say that. I'm sure somebody out there could fix it. It ain't me. So I'll do my best with it. Hard one is there's this kink here. So if you look at it here, it's got a pretty good, let me see on camera here. Yeah, you can see that kink right there. So this thing's got a pretty good bend to it on this side. And then it's had all kinds of air cleaners and stuff. So all kinds of dents from the inside. But I mean, it is a good enough hood, I guess. Interestingly enough, this edge is bent down, and it appears the way this thing's sitting, that edge is bent up. So to get that to fit right, I gotta pull up on this side to make the back fit properly. And so the whole thing sort of rocks. So I'm not sure how well I'm actually gonna get that thing to sit straight. But honestly, even if it's like that, that's perfectly fine. But so I just want to sand this down, get all the, you know, rough edges off, just feather everything out, and like I said, try to straighten that, maybe try to pound some of those down. Other than that, I want to rattle can of black. So do that kind of turquoise car with the black hood. I think it should look pretty good. So hopefully you can hear me pretty good too, because it's kind of windy out here. Hopefully there's not too much wind noise on there. But yeah, this grill turned out awesome. You know, the center painted black, the outside that cast iron color. And of course I love it because at a distance here, again, I don't know how good any of this is showing up on camera because it's all the clouds, it's kind of dark today, but you know, it looks awesome from about 5 feet from here. You know, it's kind of at a glance you really can't tell that it's really any different from that one. I mean, you can tell the grill material or the screen mesh, whatever you want to call it, material is different, but at a glance it looks pretty close to the same. Maybe it's just missing trim. But then of course when you get closer to this, which I'm really excited because it's kind of going to be the whole look of the car, you get closer and that's where you can see all the spot welds. And I purposely left those like that. I didn't want to, for the amount of time consuming it was going to be to actually weld all that up and sand it, or you know, grind it smooth and then sand it smooth after that and metal finish it. It seemed like too much work for what car it was going on. But it's going to be cool because, you know, realistically I think it's cool enough looking. People aren't going to notice that it's handmade, kind of at first, until they really, you know, get close to it like this, and then you can see it and then they'll realize, holy cow, this is actually handmade. So that's pretty cool. And it is kind of funny looking right now because you can see through it. So, you know, like this one's got, everything's blacked out behind it, radiators back there, And then of course motors behind that. It's got the valance, so everything's shadowed back there. This one's just open. You can see through the you know, radiator support in there. So that's kind of silly. But once this is actually kind of filled out, and you know, suspension and everything, and motor and radiator and everything back in there, it'll look a little bit better. Same thing. I'll end up blacking everything out in here just so it's not so, make it look like the headlights are floating a little bit more, kind of like these ones. And of course add more headlights because I'm missing 2 of them. But, and yeah, got everything, like I said, baling wired in, but I got to figure out how to actually get it mounted, which isn't too big of a deal. Being metal, I'll just weld some tabs on it and bolt it together. So, and it fits decent in these fenders, you know, even though it's all sitting crooked right now. You know, gap wise, I measured it. This measures exactly the same as this grill, but if you look at this grill, or this grill to fender, this fender is absolutely trashed. And both of these on General Man are pretty good. This one is almost too tight. You can see the real rough spot over here. So it was kind of hard trying to make a grill. I ended up just measuring only the grill to make it fit this, and then I figured kind of however the fenders land, it'll just kind of end up looking like this. It'll look overall pretty good. But yeah, I'm quite happy with it. This thing is looking super mean. Those wheel wells being cut out that far are just crazy. I can't wait to see this thing actually sitting on the chassis, you know, or the frame. And of course I want to drive it. That's gonna be it's gonna be so ridiculous. But it's gonna be so cool too. It's so ridiculous looking, but awesome, and just, you know, it's one of the, who does this? This seems like such a almost childish idea, but sometimes those are the best ones. And maybe not necessarily the best idea, but by far the most fun. So, but I know a lot of people say, you know, don't cut up a Charger. You know, save them all. They deserve to being restored. You know, I think I'm gonna have more fun with this than most people have with any of their other cars. So, but yeah, grill's looking good. I guess I think I've covered everything from my last video. That was a couple days ago now. I've been building this grill a couple days. I painted it the day before yesterday. I thought I totally forgot about filming yesterday, so apologize if I'm missing any information or there's any gaps in there, but I think I did all right. So, and other than that, I guess that finishes up this video. We'll see you in the next one.